We're back with all the wash up and all the fun and games of round 7 of the NRL, and there was plenty going on. But as always, let's start off with the first game of the round. Sea Eagles 18 went down to the Dragons 20. Oh, mate, what do you say about Manly? What do you say about Man? They are looking...
Well, we saw what happened with the Pride jersey. That a bit of an implosion then.
Massive implosion.
Is it the DC gate?
DCE gate? Maybe it is. Because they're not playing the same. Well, look at those games. They blew the Cowboys apart.
Yep.
And even at Brookvale, which is normally their fortress, they started sort of slow and never got it to any great heights. All credit to the Dragons. They were just too good. I think it was only intercept late in the game that got them into that even tightened it up enough to make it close. But they looked a long way out of it. I suppose the game headlined by the hip drop from Toph Sipley, which he challenged. The way they're going now, when a player gets injured, there's not a chance they're going to get that turned over.
No, if a player gets up and walks away,
you're a chance. But with broken leg and a syndesmosis, out for at least 12 weeks. No, he was never going to get away with that. The old claim, I got hit in the head and I was dazed. Yeah, it's not going to cut the mustard.
Mate, come on. It's like saying getting pulled up by the coppers for drink driving. Oh, mate, I didn't. Yeah,
it was. I'm sure it was non-alcoholic drink.
Yeah, I thought it was ginger beer.
Yeah,
non-alcoholic ginger beer. But anyway.
But then I found out.
I thought it was solo, but it was hard solo.
So I think so. Look, I think the Dragons now. I'm swinging around and think, well, they're certainly a top 8 chance.
A mid-tier battler.
Yeah, I think they're a chance to the bottom part of the. I'm not going to go much further than that just at the moment.
Man, I still don't rate their halves. Don't not care whatever you want.
I don't. No, I don't. I don't rate. And
Mate,
I don't rate the coach. I think he's a drongo. But anyway,
Clint Gutherson is the single reason that side is where they are.
Look, and a great signing. Absolute great signing. So, and credit Holmes is starting a bit clunky. He looks much better now. Falling on a few things, which again is good for Queensland moving forward. Of course, as we know here in the middle third, at the end of the day, it all comes back to Queensland.
100%.
It all comes back to Queensland. Doggies beat the Rabbits 32 blot. No surprises. I thought
lost Hubner, head knock.
Latrell Mitchell, uninspiring.
Cody Walker was carrying a niggle. They said he got rested, saying, "Oh no, he was just because late in the game we didn't want him to risk any more injury." Which we'll now know he's gone down again.
Now gone, and now it's now for extended period.
And I thought poor old Lewis Dodd was on a hiding to nothing. Come on with 15-20 to go. Side was down. 24 blot, 26 blot.
You can't do anything then. And they're playing horrible.
Latrell was taking some shortcuts.
Why is everybody surprised? Because that's how he plays fullback, is shortcuts. He doesn't take carries. He only wants to be there for the big play, and then how good am I? That's what he wants. That's his whole career. And for years they've accepted that as, in most cases, they've accepted it. But now that the side's not going so well, they're not accepting it anymore. So, but the Doggies, the real deal, mate.
Are they done now? The Bunnies are going to free fall?
Yeah, I think so. Of the 4 games they won to really get things moving, it was only the Penrith game, which I thought they looked like they were in total control of.
And now their most consistent player is on the bench.
And it's also all gone. Yeah, Jai Gray, and the other good player they had, it went down 2 weeks ago, was obviously the winger. That's not the winger, the halfback, in Jamie Humphries. So lost him, and it's all gone a bit crazy. So good old Wayne Poo, he's going to have to earn his money and dig himself out of that. And can use the Cameron Murray also during the week. Infection is going to be out. He's no chance of coming. Not that he probably was anyway, but he's no chance of making it back in 2025. Dolphins in the Storm. Oh, at 16-2. Of course, the Dolphins took the lead early with a 2-0 with a field goal, with a penalty goal.
Then they still had Melbourne had a few opportunities to put them away. Didn't go to plan.
Yep.
And then bang, Will's gone.
And then they just
young Katoa. Oh.
He was really good against Penrith last week. He was even better even better this week. So, and as I say, that shot of Craig Bellamy at the end of the game, it's just a wry smile going, oh well.
But
you get what you get. I'll probably get a bit cranky when a lot of coaches say, "Oh, it was embarrassing." I don't know if it was embarrassing. The Storm have had a great run. Being beaten 4 times in a row, or getting 3 wooden spoons in a row is probably embarrassing. But getting one belting probably.
they're probably the best boil-over team in the comp at the moment, the Dolphins. Since they've been involved, they've caused, I reckon, the most boil-overs when everyone's like, nah, they can't win.
Yeah, they can't win. Yeah, I suppose the Roosters got 2 big ones. They got 2 big
The thing
scalps.
is, Bennett used to get all the credit for them. Now, Christian Wolf is...
Christian Wolf now. And he should get some credit because he's got 3 on the trot now, and they're looking like a genuine top 8 side now. If they can keep going.
Because we got the Titans, who we think are on a free fall.
Not that young Campbell was going to be the answer at Hut, but they'll pin all the structures of their game plan have been built around him. So it's going to be a long year on the Titans, which is a shame. Warriors 20 beat you blokes 18. It was only poor goalkeeping that kept you in it. Seriously,
there was,
and it's probably a bit of justice that it was the 52 metre, whatever it was, 50 metre penalty goal.
some incredibly subpar refereeing.
So you're going to pull the old bad refereeing chestnut.
I thought there was some incredibly subpar decisions throughout that. Did we play well? No, we did not.
So I would just lead with that, mate.
We had a number.
I'd lead with that. Don't lead with the subpar. The subpar refereeing, mate. You're not a coach. You can bag the referees if you want.
The disgraceful referee. Well, I think I texted you horrific.
You did, yeah, you did.
And you said, would you tell me to have a Bex and lie down?
I did. Have a Bex and have a lie down. I was worried about you.
But I thought there was a number of players had really disappointing games.
For the second week in a row.
So, but anyway, the best thing about rugby league is?
It's always next week, bro.
Correct.
There is always next week.
And here it is. Now is the king of the jungle.
Are they back?
Are they back?
Well, they were good. They're a bit dusty to start.
It was still pretty close to the first half.
Yeah, it wasn't much, and then they blew them away. In all, though, apart from that upset early in the year, Trent Robinson has got a horrible record against Penrith and the Storm. He's only beaten them. I think it's only beaten either of them once in about the last 8 years.
It's nearly as bad as Bennett's against Melbourne.
That's Bellamy. So, but they were Panthers were much better. Roosters were horrible. I thought it was maybe a little bit closer than that. But in the end, I was always confident the Penrith were going to take care of the Roosters. I think the Roosters are head for a bottom four year. So, and there's nothing that has changed in that side apart from when Sam Walker
comes back in,
and to a lesser degree, Brandon Smith gets back into the side. I think that's good. That's where they're going to be. That's exactly where they're going to be at. Titans burst out of the blocks.
Oh, flew out. Bang,
16
bang, bang.
points. Whack, 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 whack. And Raiders still got them. 30 points to 16. To 20, I should say.
Mate, I know you don't like him. He's probably in your top 5 most disliked players.
Which one?
Hudson Young.
Yeah, no, I don't like him, but he's been gunning.
He was outstanding.
I'll give credit where it's due.
It was ridiculous.
He's been good all year.
He scored his second try. He scored. How he scored it. My God.
No,
he literally like he went through a brick wall to score it. He wasn't even meant to get the ball.
But he still can. When I still watch him, he can still be really good, or he can be pretty ordinary.
Is he a lock for one second row spot for the Blues?
I can't see him getting in the side. He might get on the bench.
Him and Liam Martin starting second rowers. Or Angus Crichton.
Angus Crichton. Now, he was their player of the year last year.
He's probably the bench then. Hudson Young guaranteed on the bench. For sure.
But they're still... But again, New South Wales, as always, they've got a plethora.
Plethora. And Laurie has made...
I can't spell that one, but if you want me to spell it.
And Laurie has made a few good calls.
Laurie does like a change or two. He's interested in a change.
Now, I reckon the coach that's under the drums are beating.
You're right, the drums are beating, but he's got a little $2 million safety nest in there. So if they sack him, because he's made the finals, I think it's 4 in the last 5 years, whatever it is, $2 million he gets. So smart play from him, dumb play from the friggin' Knights for re-signing him on the back of because he was about to get the ball.
He got re-signed on the back of
Kalen
Ponga.
On the Dally M 12-week run. That's what he got. That is what he got signed back on. Stupidity.
Kalen Ponga's going to be on the Christmas card list for eternity.
So Kalen will want him in the side because while he is the coach, Kalen does what he wants.
And mate, in this game, which is probably the game we're all looking forward to the most, to see how a side responds when through a little bit of duress.
And look, with 20 to go, it was still tight. It was still
Mate,
tight.
it was only tight, personally, due to that brain-dead refereeing decision from another half-witted ref, sending poor Iongi off.
Yeah, but
should have been a penalty.
In saying that, from the opening run of the ball, Tuolangi has hit Terrell May without any arms, with his shoulder in the head. And, they got one 4 plays later, or 5 minutes
Taruva's
later.
brain explosion?
Oh, seriously, he shouldn't be playing this week. He was that bad. And, of course, he wasn't even focused on worrying about Adokar. Adokar
gave him a bath.
Played
Did a good job. Did a good job.
Oh, Adokar played him back into form. Mate, it's so easy for him.
And proved that Adokar just needs to... It just proves that he just needs not to speak, do his job, and get on the outside, catch the ball, drop the hammer, score tries.
Yeah, that's his fast because he's quick.
And he took one of the luckiest intercepts I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a
And
doubt.
he won't ever do one again.
And then he had obviously the brain explosion in the in-goal area when he...
You forget that, mate, because of all the other...
But, mate, I thought, congratulations on the Eels.
Oh, that looked absolutely...
Well done.
They got the win. Mitchell Moses was outstanding in his first game back.
1.3 was still ordinary.
Huh?
Mr. 1.3 was still ordinary.
Oh, didn't they talk him up after the game of how good he was? Oh, my God.
No, if Mitchell Moses wasn't there...
And I repeat, he's been signed to play halfback. It's been confirmed to play halfback for the Knights. That he hasn't been able to play halfback at all on a much better forward back than what the Knights have got. So, good luck with that one. So, if you don't get the bullet this year, Adam, mate, if I were you, I'd start looking for a house because you're going to need some time. Maybe buy an investment property. With your $2 million, you'll have enough money to do that. Maybe not in Sydney, but you might have it somewhere. But I suppose it comes down now. Obviously the news is now broke. Lots of news about Lockie Galvin. He's been recalled into the side, which you don't need it. But would there have been a better show with Lockie Galvin playing on the weekend?
Mate, the way the drama... So... means they play him after the drama was already there. So the drama was always going to happen, obviously.
Yeah.
And so they still pick him to play. I still think the players don't like him. So there's still going to be unrest.
I don't understand why, because they don't like him because he wants to go and play somewhere else. And that's his prerogative. And the same thing Jerome Luai and Sunil Taruva both did. They left for more money. They didn't leave because they're nice people. They didn't leave because salary cap pushed them out. They wanted more money.
That's what it's all about.
They wanted more money. So it's okay for them to leave when they want more money. But it's not okay that young Lockie Galvin... Now, whether Lockie Galvin is justified in that's another argument altogether, but I find it hypocritical in the extreme. And with the bullying case, as we've spoken about, watch this space. Because what they did is absolutely bullying.
Is it once-off bullying?
You only do it once to be bullied. I only do it once. We don't. The only one we know about, right, is one that only 350,000 people saw. Taruva's the really bad one.
Yeah,
that's the really bad one. But it can be intimated that what Jerome Luai done was bullying because everybody knows.
But he's the captain.
And
that's the worst.